let's come back to the next part, to the same topic on energy and conservation of energy. However, today we look at the next example of these two concepts. So in this case, let's look at a ball that's being dropped down. So when a ball is being dropped down from a certain height, we know automatically that there is GPE. Okay, as the ball falls itself, we know that when it falls, it moves. That's why there is KE. So the GPE is slowly changed into KE. Your GPE decreases and your KE increases as the ball falls down. Okay, just before it reaches the ground, that means you just leave very, very little space between the ball and the ground. What happens is the KE is maximum. Why? Because your GPE is minimum, or we can say that is zero. Because now your GPE has almost zero. Where did all the energy go to? We know that in this case, all the energy has gone into KE. That means it's moving very, very quickly. So on contact with the ground, this energy is lost to heat and sound, because sometimes when you play basketball, you drop the ball hit the floor, there's a sound. Sometimes when the ball hit the ground itself, as it hit the ground, there is heat being generated. So some of the energy is lost as heat and sound. However, the total amount of energy, the KE and GP of the ball in this case now will be less. Why? Because this is why it's happening. First you have GPE. This GPE will then be converted into KE of the ball moving plus heat plus sound. Okay. In this case itself, since GPE has been lost to heat and sound, your amount of KE left will be much lesser. So that is why the total amount of mechanical energy of the ball is now lesser. Okay. So what happens now when the ball rebounds? The rebounds means it starts going back up. So when it starts going back up, the ball was initially moving very quickly. Okay. As the ball moves very quickly off the ground, it starts to move higher and higher. When it moves higher, it gains height. Every time when you gain height, there is GPE, so your GPE increases and your KE decreases. And maximum height, we know that the GPE is maximum. As you can see here, when the GP is maximum, means the ball stops moving at the highest point already. The ball is not moving. That's why your KE is 0. Okay. So at its maximum, due to the energy loss at the bounce, the height of the ball reach is lower than before. So it's trying to say because previously there is energy being lost due to heat and sound when it hits the ground, what will happen is the system lost energy. So when it lost energy, it can only go back to a height that is slightly is lower as compared to previously. Okay, so you see the ball initially is above the line, now is lower because it has lost energy when it bounced to heat and sound. Okay, in this case here, we assume that there is no energy being lost to the air resistance or friction in the air. Okay, next, let's look at the next example. A softball player throws a ball into the air and catches it on the way down. So what we have here itself is the ball being thrown upwards, not dropping already, now it's being thrown upwards. So as it's thrown upwards, state the energy conversion that takes place. So let's start from A first. Okay, then you move on B, C, D, E. So when the ball leaves the player's hand, when you leave the hand, that is at the point where it's moving the fastest. So that's why it has maximum KE. When it is at close to the hand, when it just leaves, it is at the lowest height. That's why the GP is minimum, very, very little. As it rises to B, its KE is changed into GP, as you can see, because as the ball moves up, it slows down, and is gaining more and more height. So it's changed from KE to GP, conservation of energy. At the maximum height, so C itself now is at the maximum height. When it's at the maximum height, it only has one energy, because maximum height means it has gravitational potential energy. And since it has the maximum height, the ball stops moving before it comes back down. It stops at that moment. That's why your KE is 0. Okay. Next, as it's falling down, it starts to gain a bit of speed, but it loses height. So when it loses height, your GPE will change into KE, because when you lose height, you lose GPE. You start to move faster, you gain more KE. So GPE change into KE. Now, next, when the ball reaches the player's hand at E, the height now is very, very low. So GPE is minimum, because now it's it has moved quite a distance, it has gained enough speed already, so the KE is maximum. Okay, so this is how we describe for a ball that is dropping down. So with this, we will end this chapter. All right, thank you.